I'm a picky AVO, and I'm a LEGO purist, which means anything off-brand rarely sparks my joy or interest, and I don't mix my LEGO with any knockoffs. Moreover, I'm very sensitive to matters of fairness and copyright. I even strongly identify with LEGO brand values. That's why I turn down the majority of review offers that I receive from LEGO clone brands, plus I really don't want to be associated with any shameless frauds with bunch of stolen designs produced in sweatshops, which sadly is the case sometimes. At that same time, when I see something truly original and made with respect to intellectual property, I'm willing to try it out to make up my mind. Plus, I do hope it will be valuable and useful to anyone who will stumble upon such video. That's how I decided to review a set by Pantasy. As always, I did my research on them before accepting anything, and I found out that they have their own design team, their own third-party licenses like Metal Slug, The Little Prince or Astro Boy, professional approach to marketing and brand recognition, and that they are strictly focused on adult audience. And when I saw their retro TV, I couldn't help but to get curious. The box of the retro 1960s television set has a different design than the LEGO ones. Numbered bags with bricks are different too in terms of colors. Even their brick separator is something else. Bright pink, ridged and with a Pantasy logo printed on it. The instructions are well planned and high quality, though from time to time you'll find there's something in Chinese. After translating, it turns out they're useful building tips, so it would be great to have them in English too, though the pictures are clear enough so you won't have any trouble even without them. The retro TV itself is one of the most realistic life-scale brick models I've ever seen. Seriously, I had numerous times when I glanced at it while walking by and I was confusing it with the real thing, thinking, do I own something like that? This is a very complex, very adult set with lots of complicated techniques and nice details like these AV inputs made from printed round tiles on the back or the controls on the front. I noticed that the clutch on the bricks is tighter than in LEGO and the tiles and smooth surfaces are more scratched than LEGO ones. But somehow it flies as it's the retro TV and you wouldn't expect a mint condition from the real one. Color tones are very calm and satisfying, but in sets like that it often means the building process is boring. That is not the case here. There are plenty of different color parts inside which were covered up or snotted afterwards, and it keeps the building experience exciting. The back wall of the TV was an exception because building it was boring as hell, but looking at how detailed and realistic it is, I can totally forgive it. Plus, there's a great technique-based sliding mechanism on the inner side of the wall, which allows for putting a background piece inside the TV. But that is not the only technical wonder this set holds. Once you flip over the background, it's time for the show. Twisting the big knob will reveal the entire underwater world made of cleverly used parts in unusual colors and inhabited by sea creatures, various plants, and an adventurous scuba diver. The splash of water coming out of it was a tough one to build, but it does look stunning. You can either flip over the background to the technical difficulty sign and stare at it through the special magnifying glass, which bends the perspective and tricks your eyes into believing you're looking inside the real old-timey TV screen, which I have to say is weirdly fascinating. Or you can put your phone in front of it, press play, close the case and watch anything like on the real TV. Guys, I've never seen anything like this in any building set of any brand, and it's so fun I can't even. And they added a really granny tablecloth to pump up the retro vibes even more and style your TV the old-fashioned way. There are no stickers in this set. Everything is printed, and that's the Pantasy's company policy. If you didn't know, all the patents LEGO had for their brick designs expired a long time ago, some back in the 70s. That doesn't apply to minifigures, which are protected by so-called 3D trademark. The LEGO Group and I are tight on this one. Knockoff minifigures are a big no-no. But at that same time, if you have your own original molds, it's a fair game. So, as a minifigure fan, I was ecstatic to see that Fantasy have their own small figurines, very different from LEGO minifigures and yet still compatible with the system. Even on the first glance, Fantasy's figurines are shaped unlike LEGO minifigures. They come totally apart, so even the hands and arms are separated. Legs have wider feet, and inside they have a single pin in the middle and two stopping ridges, so they have extra articulation sideways too. Arms also have more posability. Torsos are hexagonal. And a slightly different shaped head is attached to a pin with a bow, which allows additional movement. Thanks to all this, you can pose those little guys in ways not possible for minifigures. I can truly respect what Fantasy did here. If, out of curiosity, you'd like to try out one non-LEGO set in your life, I can honestly say the Retro TV by Fantasy is definitely worth your consideration.